So many different things about this game that need to be reeled in.
There's a lot of issues out there in the pickleball paddle world.
We are going to talk today about this lawsuit.
This is kind of the wild, wild west.
Some big names. How much room is there for really developing paddles?
I'm getting a little off topic here, but that's fine, right?
Do you play video games?
No.
Oh. Lawsuit?
I could sand my skin off my face with that.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Keeping It Real with Gina and Neil. It's been a little hiatus for us.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
Yep, but we're back, and I'd like to give a shout out to Sue, who is doing an amazing job setting up all the equipment, and
she's awesome.
She's awesome, and she's willing to take us on. So
yep.
Thank you, Sue. And we are going to talk today about this lawsuit that JOOLA is coming after 11 different paddle companies.
Big news. It's taken over pretty much everything pickleball right now.
Yeah, and it's legit, and they named the 11 people of the companies that they're coming after. And
some big, some smaller.
You're not involved. My company's not involved, which is nice. But some big names. And the reason for is because they're claiming through the patent that they have with this horseshoe technology that it's like inside the core.
Right.
There's like a horseshoe. What's it made out of?
I believe it's foam, and it's what they're calling propulsion core. So imagine that there's this outer frame of foam, kind of holds it together, and then as the ball hits, there's some give to that sweet spot area, like a trampoline, and then it releases back up. So it's aiding in kind of the outer framework of the core.
And the companies that they're suing all are implementing this. Like once a patent is going on, you have a choice. You can risk it and keep making paddles even though the patent is pending, or you can not, and then hopefully you don't get sued. So these guys were taking a gamble. These other 11 companies were selling.
Well, you see the patent pending. It's like, well, okay, we're safe.
Yeah.
And with pickleball, it's interesting. There used to be very few companies. Then all of a sudden it exploded. And what kind of technology are they using, right? So there's a lot of tech out there, and going overseas is kind of the wild, wild west, right? I mean, they don't get sued or anything like that.
Right.
They're just saying, here you go, stamp a name on it, and some companies have done that. That was their go-to to get involved and put their name out there to pickleball, and unfortunately, it's going to probably bite them in the what.
But in fairness, like, there's how much room is there for really developing paddles, I guess. I mean, so
it's a loaded question, but it's a very good question.
But you guys, ProLite you guys were one of the first paddle companies ever in the history of the game, and you developed the honeycomb core.
The honeycomb core, yeah.
You developed that, and then did you patent that?
No, see, we didn't. We didn't patent it. So
okay, so now...
Very well could have.
And you just told me that like 95% of the companies...
If you look at the paddle world right now, I would be guessing. I know there's a big push on foam core, and that's obviously there's a lot of companies, if they're not doing foam core, they're gonna at some point. But 95% or more involve some kind of honeycomb core, including JOOLA, including PaddleTech, including a lot of those names that are being mentioned. The actual propulsion core does involve some type of honeycomb in it. It's not all foam. So
don't you wish you wouldn't have patented?
Hey, 1984, I was 7 years old, so I had other priorities going on.
Yeah.
Becoming a professional baseball player, which I've talked to you about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't part of that.
No,
and
I know.
Neither was my father at that time. That was actually called Ultralight Paddle Company, and the first paddle was ProLite, and then later on my dad he kept ProLite instead of Ultralight and changed the name. So, yeah.
So the root of this whole suit is because there's a outer upside down U that is going in the paddle, and like ProXR adapted it. All these other companies at
RPM's made a lot of noise, with obviously what's his name, James
Ignatowicz.
He was a pro. He's not playing as much anymore.
He's in Asia.
He's in Asia. He moved over there to oversee a lot of the production, and they made a lot of noise. I mean, we're in Wisconsin. I'm seeing RPM paddles, so they obviously made a lot of noise here. And I think it's like $250 or somewhere around there. But having that backing by a pro, or used to be a pro, and involved in the circuit, probably carries some weight. So
How much of this lawsuit do you think is Paddle Tech needing to make a stand?
Put some rules down, get rid of the copying, get rid of the lack of innovation. This
Because if anyone can talk in this world, it's you.
well, this suit is interesting. No, I'm no legal analyst or legal expert whatsoever. But I think there's some good and bad coming out of this. I think it, directs the companies, hey, we should be our own selves. And some do that already. Some are very good with authenticity and creativity and thinking outside the box with different types of tech. And some just want a piece of this big pie that's pickleball, because of the growth, because of the revenue, because of really everything. Because it involves, how many different age groups and demographics does it involve?
Oh, yeah. Tons.
All of them, pretty much.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you want to be part of it? But you got to also have that connection to, why are you being a part of it? You got to have the love of the game. I can't think of not having that. So when I look at Paddle Tech, they've been involved for a long time, 2010 or 12.
Yeah.
So they obviously have the love of the game, and we're a part of that early on. We do. I think it's pointing to companies to become better, to become more innovative. Not copying and stamping a name on it. Anyone can stamp a name on it and have their own logo, and
Hence Temu.
So
I know numerous people that are playing with knockoffs, and
the Ben James paddle.
They put that on there?
No, but that would be cool.
Oh,
wouldn't
that's
it?
funny.
I don't know a Ben James, but that would be so cool.
That's funny.
I'd use it.
But I know people that play with these knockoffs, and they're like, I can't tell the difference. I bought this for like $30.
Yeah.
And no, did JOOLA?
I've seen that.
Did they take surplus or maybe not like perfect paddles and then
offload them to
offload
Temu?
them? Yeah. I mean, how does that work?
I've heard that. I can't verify it at all, but I've definitely heard that. I mean, let's be honest. They're from what I've read and from what I've seen from people using those paddles.
Yeah.
They don't have the best quality or durability from what I've heard.
Yep.
Okay. And that's a problem. You want to have long-lasting
Especially
paddles.
when you're paying these price points.
You're paying, oh my gosh. So I used to play golf. I'm getting off topic here, but that's fine, right?
Depends. Let's see.
When I was playing golf back in the mid-90s, I'm dating myself, but the Big Bertha, Callaway, now they're involved in the game, by the way.
Is there what?
Callaway's making golf, or making
Pickleball?
paddles. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Ping will, Callaway will.
Wow.
What is that? DXG or PXG?
I haven't seen
PXG.
them.
They're gonna get involved. So
Unbelievable.
yeah, anyways, so the Big Bertha was like $225 at that time. That was like, who can afford that? That was too much at that time.
Yeah, imagine back then.
Yeah. So
That'd
now
be
we're
like $600 today.
right. We're talking about $300 paddles, $333 or whatever. It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop until we say it should stop.
Yeah.
The consumer. But yeah, it's just the quality wasn't that great, and from what I heard, offloading to Temu, and remember, some of the paddles don't even have the name on it yet,
Right.
so they could just say, oh, here's some, these don't meet our standards, or these are returnless, stamp, and put it out there and just sell them.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of issues out there in the pickleball paddle world.
But
There's a lot of imitation too.
But this is like where I think pickleball obviously grew really quickly in a short amount of time. Like once it started making it mainstream, right? And then it just took off. But whether it be rules, do they test? I don't think they test for drugs. I mean, I'm just saying.
They should.
I know. So I'm just saying, like, there's so many different things about this game that need to be reeled in and organized, and like there should be consistency, so like stuff like this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember in the tennis world where I came from. I mean, I'm sure there were some lawsuits, but you didn't hear a lot of issues, you know?
No, this feels so new. It's weird. There wasn't, and I'm sure there was imitation. I mean, Jordan brand, right? Jordan
Yes.
shoes. Let's talk about
Yes.
Jordans for a second. So when I was young in school, I remember, do you remember Volume Shoe Source?
We didn't have that here.
Okay, it was a brand in the mall, and
Okay.
it was the cheaper shoes.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Knockoffs.
Knockoffs. And I remember, oh my God, are those Jordans? No, those were XJ900s. Yeah, XJ900s looked exactly like Jordans, but said XJ900, right?
Uh-huh.
Knockoffs.
Yeah.
Knockoffs.
Did you buy those?
No, I did not. And if I did, I mean, we're talking middle school. If I did, I'd probably
You'd be
I'd be
teased.
teased.
Yeah, I know. There was like a level to have, but like, don't you feel that it has to be, there needs to be more parameters put on rules. They're always changing the rules. I'm a big
I hate that.
duper, this, that.
Let's
There's
talk
no,
about paddles, though. I mean, there used to be a rule that says you cannot have a surface that enhances spin.
right?
Was that crazy to think about that?
And now,
Oh, there's so many rough paddles that
right.
I can't even imagine. I mean, we've had paddles that we've sent in that
To be
there's
approved?
to be approved that were not approved, and I just was like, even by just the touch. Now I know I don't have calibrated fingertips, feeling, but there's no way that cannot pass a roughness test. And then I look at other paddles and I'm like, are you kidding me?
Like what they get away
I
with.
could sand my skin off my
I know.
face with that.
I
I'm
know,
like,
it's
I don't
true.
want to do that, and that
It's
would
true.
look pretty bad. Yeah. Why? Does that mean, and here's what I think is happening. I think some loopholes are out there. I think paddles have been sent in to get passed, and then when they get to production, not the same paddle. I think grit is different. I think so.
Well, you would know.
I know some like PPA, and that's a whole different story because UPA watches that, or is the governing body, I guess,
Yeah.
for that, and they test paddles before they go out and play. But
We have to have all ours tested.
yeah, which I mean, I guess that makes sense at that level. But do you think people care when they're playing rec play?
No.
So,
However,
there's a question mark.
I know when you play rec play, like I was playing last week with a guy that had a prototype playing a pickleball against me, and it was like,
Are you talking about?
I was talking about you.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
Yeah, you had a paddle that was clearly hotter than the boomstick. And I had to go up against you, even though it was rec play. I mean,
No way.
you felt good about it, and I think that's fine. But,
That's because I was bench pressing earlier before that match.
Yeah, right.
Felt really strong.
well, I'm just saying there has to be more
I'm a man.
clear cut.
That was a reference to the Oklahoma State. Sorry, just so you
Yeah.
know where my head is at. Yeah.
No, I'm
I'm a
just
man.
girl.
I'm 40. You never heard that quote?
No.
Okay, keep going.
Do you play video games?
No.
Okay, that's good.
What?
These guys, I don't know. Okay, getting back to this lawsuit. What do you? I think it's good.
Yeah.
I think it's good because it's going to weed out, like, yeah, look at Selkirk, how much money they have dumped into innovative paddles,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're producing their own stuff. They're not in the lawsuit.
They're not. Yeah. They've made an effort to be different and go their own way. And
Yeah, that should
I don't
be
want to say
commended.
stay in their lane. They have different
Yeah.
lanes, but they yeah.
That should be
They want to
commended.
be themselves. There's absolute credit to them for doing that.
Yeah, I just don't. You're not going to get away with. Eventually, you're just not going to get away with stuff, and then you're
Yeah.
tainted. So what
I
happens
still feel
now?
it's good and bad, though. I mean, I understand it, but I also don't like the fact that it's a company that's so funded, has very, very deep pockets, and sometimes, I mean, from an outside perspective, I'm a player too, so I don't always wear that, pro light hat. It's, believe it or not, I'm not always thinking about that. I'm thinking about just the game.
Right.
I love the game. I'm part of it. It's in my
Yeah.
blood. I'm a player too. So I just don't like the fact that there's such deep pockets, and they're trying to push
Bully almost.
they're bullying some companies out of the way. Totally get when there's imitation. Yeah, that sucks. And I should know. Put on that other hat. Pro Light. Honeycomb core. Yeah. Well, I know this game's big enough to say, all right, yeah, I get it, but that's just being used, and I'm all right with that. I wish it was patented, but it wasn't.
Yeah, right.
Oh well. But I just don't. Yeah, again, I just don't like the fact that it's a big company that just
So,
is trying to bully around.
well, what's going to happen to these companies? Like, they're going to either have paddles they can't use now,
They're gonna have to survive it,
and I wonder if they get sued, they have to pay for,
oh,
you
they
know,
will
well,
legal
that's going to put a lot of paddle companies under.
legal fees. Well, it already did when you remember PCKL Pickle?
Yeah,
They're gone. They were sued.
but because of
Onyx Escalade, I believe, sued them, or
because they copied a part of the paddle that
yeah,
had
they were
proprietary.
pushed out, and I think it never even got. I don't know. I don't.
That would
I'd have to
suck
look that
though,
up. But they
as an
couldn't endure
owner.
the legal fees, so
Oh,
they're
that'd
gone.
be hard.
So I think that's what's happening. I also think that, no, you read about it recently. Do you remember how they're going about this copyright infringement? Are they? I think there was something about the paddles could not be shipped in from overseas. I think they're blockading that somehow with this whole lawsuit and everything. So there's
So merchandise is
merchandise
it's
in the
not gonna
source.
be able.
That's going to be a biggie. Now, what are they going to
Wow.
sell?
Wow.
Champion.
Oh.
It's again, and you're going to punch me in the face for this, but how many times have I said champions adapt? Like,
That's fair. I'm not going to punch you.
good. Champions
That's fair.
adapt. So if you're,
That's fair.
I hate to say it, but if you're a true champion
Yeah.
and you can endure the legal fees, you're going to adapt to this, learn from it, own it, and say, all right, let's get to the drawing board and really create something special that no one else has. I think creativity and authenticity, ingenuity, all the TYs at the
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
It's
So
gonna
maybe
be
some
relevant.
good will come out of this, and
hope
some
so.
heartache too. But as a consumer, are they going to ban then some of the paddles from play? I wonder. Like at my level, they're not able to use
Well,
those paddles.
Proton,
That'll be interesting.
Remember this?
Proton.
Proton was on the list
Yeah.
of 11.
Yeah.
Not that long ago, PPA put out a statement saying Proton you can't use Proton. They didn't say it in those words, but
Right.
and then it was made out. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I don't know. I can't validate it or verify it. They did not pay their fees, I guess, to have approved paddles because there's a whole fee process to
course there
have your
is.
paddles approved by the UPA. But that's what it was. That's what was said. So is that the case, or did they know about this ahead of time?
Yes.
And I've always thought there's something off. There is something off with certain governing bodies and brands. What's
The truth.
the truth? Mm-hmm. How tight knit are they? How close are they? I just want to know.
Yeah.
I think other companies should be allowed to know. There should not be any kind of conflict of interest. No one should be too tight with governing bodies.
Agreed.
We want to have a level playing field.
Yes.
And money should not cross into that.
But it does.
Well, money ruins a lot of things.
Oh my
doesn't it?
gosh, it sure does.
That's a whole other topic.
It does.
Whole other topic.
It is. But at the end of the day, it'll be interesting to see what unfolds with all this and who survives it and who maybe grows in a better way from it.
Right. Well, I think, just think about this. There's 11 brands, we know this. But this also affects the other brands too. Not the ones listed, but it's a good eye opener. It's a good slap in the face to say, hey, be aware of it.
Keep yourself
This is
checked.
where the game might go. So when you create something different, protect it. Protect it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I would be up all night knowing that my dad created honeycomb
Well,
and I should be in a
Well,
house in Naples right
that
now.
that wasn't my dad though. That was Arlen Peranto. So, but yeah, my dad was heavily involved in different paddle shapes and
Okay.
different balance points and
Yeah.
things like that, and really making paddles for all,
Who knew?
all
Who
backgrounds.
knew it would be like this, right? I mean, who knew?
Well, he saw it.
Yeah, but
He didn't know everything, but he saw it.
jeez.
But Arlen Peranto, yeah, that Boeing engineer, Steve Peranto, he's still playing. He's still heavily involved in the game. He's doing a lot. His dad just saw something else. He said, you know what? We're looking for that ratio. And I mentioned this before, but the tennis racket compared to the ball, right? The 9-to-1 ratio, I think is what Steve said. And the wood paddles were it was like 15-to-1 with weight. ratio and
Sure.
differential. What do we do? And he's working at Boeing, and he sees the surplus yard, and there's floor panels from airlines,
Fiberglass?
fiberglass and graphite facings, the sandwich, and then the honeycomb cores inside, Nomex usually, or aluminum. And he's like, I wonder if I could cut out a shape. And it turned out to be exactly like 9-to-1 ratio,
Wow.
and then handle, edge guard, grip. Let's go.
How cool.
And it changed the game. I mean, now look at it, like I said, 95% plus probably. Even the best paddles out there on the market that a lot of pros are using, there's honeycomb. So
Who knew?
the bees knew. They always knew.
And on that note,
Sorry.
on that note, good information.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, everybody, and we'll see you again at the next one.
All right. See you later. See you next time.